Greenwashing arises when the statements regarding the green or sustainable credentials of a product or activity are deemed to be inaccurate or misleading. And regulatory and stakeholder action against greenwashing practice, it intends to protect consumers and investors, but it also provides market confidence because it reinforces the credibility of the products being invested in. This is really significant because there are currently close to $3 trillion of US assets managed by ESG-labelled funds. It's also increasingly relevant because businesses are racing to make commitments in support of net zero emissions in 2050. The urgency of achieving sustainability-related targets, coupled with stakeholder pressure and fast-moving regulation, creates clear risk considerations. First, there's regulation for greenwashing practices, which is here and here to stay. And where regulation starts, enforcement action follows. Some regulators have already been really active in taking enforcement action. And the UAE has been clear that it's engaging nationally and internationally to develop frameworks in this regard. But in any event, until there's some harmony in regulators' respective global approaches, there will naturally remain concern about businesses' mitigation of enforcement risk. And the risk actually goes beyond the regulation of financial markets. We've seen advertising regulators ban adverts of international organisations, even when those organisations are headquartered out of the regulator's jurisdiction, for making sustainable claims that are deemed exaggerated, and that really creates a significant reputational risk for organisations. So stakeholder action, whether that's shareholders or public interest groups, they hold substantial weight in holding corporations to account if those corporations are seen to have made unrealistic or misleading commitments. We've seen this already in several high-profile litigation proceedings globally. There's some debate as to the extent to which claimants can establish reliance or loss arising from alleged greenwash statements, but the fact remains that stakeholders are rapidly identifying and testing fresh causes of actions with the courts. So how can businesses start to address greenwashing risks when litigation and enforcement remain so uncertain? So really by focusing on walking the talk and looking at, is there joined up thinking across the organisation? Is there a team ensuring a uniform approach towards ESG-related communications? Which external advisors can help act as a conscience of the company by flagging ESG-related risks early on? And who will assist with monitoring fast-moving regulatory developments? It's clearly vital that businesses continue to commit to investment in ESG and are transparent about their efforts in doing so. This is to promote market confidence, but also, and more importantly, to positively affect societal change. The risks associated with greenwashing allegations shouldn't dissuade these efforts. As COP28 will continue to highlight, there's important and urgent work for us all to do.